listening to FANTASM Podcast, a horror death metal podcast for the old school. Join your hosts Corey Gorechrist and Dr. Vincent West as they stuff horror movie reviews and death metal interviews all in one body bag. Listen on iTunes, subscribe on YouTube, and like on Facebook, and head over to StageDiverRadio.com for more.
Hey, what's going on? This is Chuck Billy from Testament, and you're listening to Phantasm Podcast.
Phantasm.
Corey Gorechrist, Phantasm Podcast. I'm joined by a man who needs no introduction. It's Chuck Billy of Testament. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Just enjoying a day off here. Middle of the Slayer farewell tour.
Oh yeah. If you don't mind, talk a little bit about that and your reactions and how the final U.S. leg of the tour went.
Well, it's going great. It's got about 10 days left or so. It's awesome. You know, if it is truly Slayer's farewell, they're doing it right. The show is amazing. Band's playing awesome. Just fans it's just a great show. So if they are, calling it quits, man, they're doing it right.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of my friends that have gone and seen them the past couple legs, and they said it was incredible, and it's definitely, they're giving it their best for their last shows, so it's definitely
one not to miss, because it's just, like I said, just production wise, everybody is just so tight. It's such a great metal show with fire and just Slayer, come on.
Right. Oh yeah. Definitely. I saw him years ago with with Jeff still in the band and Dave whenever they played with Megadeth. And it was when they did Seasons of the Abyss in its entirety, and that was really something special to me. And seeing them a couple years ago on the Repentless tour with Gary and Paul joining the band, and it was they were incredible then. So unfortunately missed out on their last one, but it looks incredible, and I'm glad you guys are a part of the show too. Cause
it's definitely an honor. We got a lot of history that goes a long way back with Slayer, and to be a part of this is such an honor. If it is the last time, we still trip on it when we're playing. It's like, man, this is the last time this city will ever see Slayer.
Yeah,
so,
it's not.
It's still kind of like odd, when you say it,
Yeah. No, I went to Knoxville, Tennessee. It was June 8th, and you guys played with Anthrax. That was actually the last show at that venue you guys played at.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it had been there for so many years. It's been through so many different names and owners. But it was in the 90s. It was called the Orpheum, and even bands like Death played there and stuff. So it's got a long history of being here in Knoxville. So that was pretty cool piece of history for me to see.
Cool. Right on.
That was probably one of the coolest last shows of anything I've ever seen. You guys were amazing. You had a really good production yourselves. It was really beautiful, and
cool. Right on, man.
You guys always bring it and kick that ass. So it was very, very
Thank
nice.
you. Appreciate it.
Now that the music stuff's aside, you have a special thing to promote here. It's your Chief Signature Vaporizer line, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that. I think 2015 is when you started doing this?
Yeah, 2014 when I was approached about it.
Okay.
And, our friend who owned Lord Vapor at the time approached us doing, vaporizer. And at the time, that was really, early stages of along the vaporizers, especially as far as battery life goes. And,
sure.
they've come a long way since then. So, we did a signature series line of maybe 1,000 pieces, and then after that slowed down, but Lord Vapor sold the company. Our friend sold it to a new owner, and he was interested in carrying the Chief still, the line, so he approached me, asked me if I was interested, and of course, yeah. And he's really put some time and effort into the new Lord Vapor, company. And so when we first decided to do the vaporizer, we wanted to definitely improve it. And, of course, the battery in the new Chief War Drum has a replaceable battery.
Nice.
And the mouthpiece is magnetic, where the other ones we were having problems breaking them off the way you took them off. And the new ones, we resolved those problems. So now it works great. And that was the first item. And we decided, why not expand it a little bit?
Right.
And oil cartridges are a big thing going right now. So we decided to do a vaporizer so you can vape THC or CBD cartridges.
Awesome.
Anywhere from a 1/4 gram to a gram cartridge. And this particular one, we call that one the Dream Catcher. It looks like a Zippo lighter, so when you have the cartridge in it, you can just close the lid. It protects the cartridge really well.
Nice.
And that's a great feature, and the battery life is crazy. It works really well. It's got a digital display on it, so you can see your battery life as you use it. It shows you 3 temperatures, anywhere from 3.0 to 3.8 at the highest.
Right.
It's got a preheat, but it works great. It's just real inconspicuous. Keep it in your pocket like a lighter.
Nice.
That's been my favorite right now on the road.
Yeah, all right.
And then the last one was called the Tomahawk, which is basically a cone-shaped pipe, and it has a built-in lighter on the end. So it comes with 5 pods that you preload, like a 1/2 gram of marijuana in, and you can preload them. And then it has a built-in, so it's just, you're not like using 2 hands like usually when you're smoking a pipe.
Right.
This is very inconspicuous. It's just one thumb, you light it, and you're off and going. And so that one's been a hit out on the road too.
Hit out on the road.
We got everybody on the Slayer tour and crew and people, using them, getting my feedback, and everybody's really digging them. So
nice.
But the Dreamcatcher and the Tomahawk have been the one everybody's really loving right now too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then so also, when we came up with all that, he decided, the artwork and graphics are pretty cool. Why don't do a T-shirt? And he decided, why don't we just call it like the Chief of Thrash merch line?
Yeah.
And came up with the first design that's like on all of the artwork on the products. And I'm sure it'll expand, but he's got anywhere from mouse pads to phone covers to whatever you can get done.
Oh yeah,
with the graphics, and there's going to be other graphics coming as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's been a hit on the road. Is it something you recommend to first timers that have maybe never done anything like that?
Yeah, because it works so much better than like the ones I've used in the past, the older, like let's say for my first series.
Sure.
But yeah, it's definitely convenient for like the convenient, smoker who wants to be inconspicuous.
Sure.
Like me, I was using a lot of them. I take them to the movie theaters or a baseball game, or
that's amazing.
Could even be a plane flight. Even you get away with it. But again, it also is for medicinal use as well.
Absolutely.
Just because I've experienced it firsthand with my brother's wife passed away about 1.5 years ago.
I'm sorry.
And she had cancer, and she was, in growing up at a time where, marijuana was illegal and it was just taboo, and she never did it in her whole lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
But she had been recommended to try it, so my brother called me, and I brought the Chief over, and she used it, and it helped her because she didn't have an appetite. So the vaporizer helped, and I don't think, if the doctor, if she would have just smoked a joint, she probably would have just coughed her lungs up, and it really probably not had a good experience, with it. And vaping was much easier on someone's first time to ever use it, because it's almost like you're not in it, especially because not a lot of smoke comes out, you know. you're getting more of the THC burning off the leaf and not burning, the actual burning the leaf at a much higher degree. Where
and the lighter fluid too.
Yeah, because you're only from 320 to 420 is what you're vaping the crystals with.
Right.
So it really helped, and the experience was much better. She wasn't coughing it up like you would if you're smoking the joint or a pipe or something like that.
Exactly.
So there is those aspects of it. Does work well for medicinal use as well.
Good. I think in the long run it can help a lot of people out, even if you're not in a place where it's necessarily legal or decriminalized. But people get a hold of this stuff, and if you need medical help and that's how you got to do it, then people are going to find it and they're gonna do it. So
yeah, and I think as time goes by, I think the country will kind of maybe open their eyes. I think they already have.
Yeah.
They're seeing the success and the money generated in taxes.
Sure.
For all the other states who are joining in.
Right.
And it's just I've watched programs where families have to uproot their families for their children that might have seizures and could be recommended CBD oils to help. Right. But it's illegal in their states, so they have to pretty much uproot the family to move to states just to get medical help like that. So, hopefully it comes around where, you're not uprooting people because it's been shown and proven that it does, there is use and proven medical use of it that works.
Exactly. And I think it's more of like a society thing where, everything's starting to change pretty quickly now, so that's just one of the other things that's going to end up being something that's, people notice it's not harmful, like people have said all these years, and they're going to realize that, all the shit people have been saying for so long has just been, ridiculous. So.
Well, the scare of it, because it's illegal, you go to jail, you get busted,
Sure.
Nobody wants to get in trouble. So, it just has that cloud over it now that it's not in states, the freedom, and people are just seeing it in a total different way now, so, I think it's great.
And some people see it as a reefer madness thing, but I don't really run into them too much,
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be the people that are, doing it that just love for that purpose, and good for them, but, there's other ways as well, all the hemp products, that could be made from it as well.
Exactly.
So, to me, I see it being healthier than alcohol,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
I think you have less, DUIs under the influence of alcohol than marijuana.
I mean, alcohol's, just fun. I mean, I'm sure there's some health benefits to it. Probably not a lot. There's more cons than pros, but, something like this and vaping that has a lot more benefits to your health, at least for prevention of...
for prevention of stuff, but just for those people that have the seizures, that's it really helps,
I have a lot of friends that do and would definitely benefit for it, and my aunt actually, who's going through, she went through chemo and all that stuff, where she's came out of that, and she's doing really well, but the stuff she's going through now with just a whole bunch of different things, the CBD oil is what they've actually recommended, so something she's going to have to start doing. So
the CBD oils, you don't get any effect from the THC. It's just definitely more medicinal for the body, and that no THC in it.
Right.
So well, it's great.
Yeah. So hopefully all goes well with that. Do you have any plans to do another line, or is this going to be it for a little while?
Well, I mean, this is just kind of launched the beginning of this tour. We kind of said, ready, set, go, let's go.
Oh, okay.
And we kind of, so right now we're just, we're spreading the word, getting it out. We're, talking to maybe some distributors to try to get into some shops around the country. It's just something that is a product that definitely isn't a novelty. It's the real deal.
Yeah.
So we're really trying to get them out there, across the U.S. and, maybe into Europe. We don't know yet, but we're in talks with some people, so we'll see what happens. Anything can happen.
Yeah, of course, being here, I don't really know how the market is for that stuff out in Europe. If they, vaping is as big over there or not. I don't know.
There is. It is. It's everywhere. And again, for the novice person, it's perfect.
Yeah, right. Well, it's awesome. Well, guys, you can get the Chief of Thrash line, as well as all the great merchandise that you can get with it. You got, drawstring bags, mouse pads, dog tags, posters, phone cases, luggage tags, T-shirts, coasters, and more. And that's at LordVaporUSA.com. And we got the Chief of Thrash right here, Chuck Billy.
Right on.
We appreciate you coming on and then talking about it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's just, something new that we're doing, but that we started but expanded. So, it's we're just moving with the times as the cannabis business is growing,
Hell yeah. That's definitely what you got to do. It's smart. You're definitely a true entrepreneur as well.
Cool. Right on, brother.
Now, another segment of the show we do is horror movies. Are you a pretty big fan of them?
I was more when I was younger. I loved all those classics, Creature of the Black Lagoon, and all the old black and white cool classic ones. Those
Universal, like the Hammer stuff too.
Oh yeah.
What are some of your favorites?
Is that your thing?
Yeah. I love the '80s stuff. I really do. We don't really do the newer generation. We're more like early '90s and back. We don't really do the new stuff. But yeah, the Hammer stuff's great.
Yeah, Eric's really into more of that. He's more of the, he just came out with a comic book and works with a lot of that kind of stuff. We just did the Comic-Con thing earlier in July.
Oh yeah, how did that go?
So it was awesome. We were there. We did a signing there, and we made some cool posters and T-shirts, and it was pretty cool.
Now, was this San Diego?
Yeah, San Diego.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, we did that, and we performed that night and House of Blues. So yeah, we had a good time. That was my first Comic-Con experience.
Yeah, I go to conventions all the time. Never one that big, but the horror.
It was huge. I wish I could have had 2 or 3 days there because
sure
it could have got around.
Oh yeah. Now, when you performed, did you have the people in costume and all that stuff just jamming out?
Well, there was a few, but it was Thursday night we played, and apparently Saturday night's the big costume day and night where everybody goes nuts.
Yeah, they have like a costume contest usually on Saturday or something. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So you pretty much had like the launch of it, doing the Thursday show.
Yeah, we were at the beginning of it. Yeah, but it was awesome. I would definitely want to go back, and see it, do it next time if I can. Especially now, Nuclear Blast, our label, has a booth there. They had a booth, so
yeah, and they made a really cool figure for that, like a mascot kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was last year or that was this year. They had like a resin figure, and it was really neat looking that they were giving away. Or
I didn't see that. I know they're just doing the posters, and they teamed up with Stern Pinball, so there's a lot of the new Iron Maiden pinballs were set up there to play, and the Metallica pinballs. So
nice.
It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I played. I don't know if it's the same pinball machine, but there's an Iron Maiden one that I've played a couple times, and you can actually pick the tracks you want to listen to while you play.
Yeah, that's the new one that just came out. I just got that one myself.
Yeah, it's amazing.
About a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
an awesome game.
Now, is there plans for a Testament pinball? Because that would be pretty sweet.
Well, of course, that'd be awesome. I would even love to have like the Slayer online iPad.
You kidding
me? That one? That was great.
I forgot about that one, but yeah.
That one works really well. I'd love to have one of those. That's fun just to have on the road.
Oh, yeah. Just stay immersed. Well, Chuck, I want to thank you. It's been an honor having you.
Cool, right on. I appreciate your time, man.
Hey, thank you. And have a safe trip on the rest of your shows and wear it the fuck out. And thank you so much for everything.
Cheers, man.
Hey, cheers. Have a good night.
And the seals of these are
I must take with me the spirit of gaming, no longer known. God, you have mercy on my soul.